Okay, I was just gonna try to do a quick update because I said that I was gonna update you guys on some of the tricks that helped me breastfeed. Sorry if you can hear my daughter. She's watching Wonder Pets. My son's crawling around. There he is. Some of the things that helped me when I was breastfeeding was a lot of the creams I used, but I don't think that it really helped. I just liked them because it helped not for the pads or whatever that go in your bra. It helped it not to stick to that. Oh my gosh. My boobs, my nipples were horrible. They would like bleed and skin would come off and it was horrible. And if I ever didn't put stuff on them before I put the shields or the pad thingies on, my nipple would stick to the thing and it would like, I'd have to rip it off and it would hurt very, very, very bad. So that was one thing. And this was only for the first couple of weeks. After that, my nipples are like hard as steel. You know, like they never bled. None of my kids ever got teeth until after I stopped breastfeeding. My youngest still doesn't have teeth. He's crawling over here. Anyways, also I had heating pads. I bought them at Babies R Us. They came in a packet and it was like roundish, weird, and I spent like $30 on it. And I would heat them in the microwave and stick them in my bra. And I would walk around like that and I didn't care. I hardly ever left the house anyway, so it didn't really matter. Besides when I was in the NICU, and I didn't care there. But I found at Walgreens, you can just buy, you know, the hot and cold packs that you heat in the microwave or you put in the freezer and you can reuse it like a million times. Doesn't matter how many times you use it. And that works just as fine, and it's big enough that it went like across me. I never wore a nursing bra, ever. I didn't like them. I don't like them at all. So I just wore my regular bra, which I had a bigger size obviously because my boobs were bigger than before I was pregnant because they're full of milk. And I would just pull it down. I never wore nursing shirts, ever. The first 3 months I pumped, obviously. I told you guys that already. But after that, I still never wore nursing clothing. I did have a nursing shield and I have breastfed in public. Not that I care if anybody breastfeeds in public. I don't really care. But I am just like, I don't want anybody to see my boobs. So that I covered up. And I didn't do it very often. What else? I would very much recommend a nursing cover though, because I did use that a lot. I also used bottles. Like if I was breastfeeding, I would put a bottle under this nipple because my boobs were so full of milk they would leak. And it was probably, some of it probably had to do with that I was pumping for the first 3 months, so I had like abundant supply of milk. So if your milk supply is ever low, just breastfeed and pump because that'll definitely make it come up. But that's what I did. Just breastfed and then put a little bottle under this nipple while I was breastfeeding on the side and switch. I never did like 15 minutes on this side, 15 minutes on this side. He never breastfed for 15 minutes on either side at any point in time, unless he was just going to sleep and just wanted to suck, you know, for comforting. I would do maybe like 5 minutes on each side, and sometimes he would fall asleep on one side, and I could just feel so still on my boobs all the time, which one I have fed him from. But I never bought nursing clothes. I know some people do. I don't really have like a lot of extra money that I'm just gonna blow money But they have shirts, just like buy a shirt like a bigger size, like pull it down, like the shirt, I breastfed in this shirt before. And he doesn't really like this stuff, but, and that way, like, if you have the nursing thing, you don't have to like pull up your shirt and just pull it down. I always wore an undershirt so that I could like, I'll show you, pull my shirt up, and then pull my undershirt down. And then if my shirt was up, if I wore a shirt that I couldn't pull down, I would still have like my stomach covered and my back covered, just like the top shirt over, like over my boobs so that he could eat. And then I would put a blanket over me, but that was a whole lot easier if I forgot my shield, even with a shield, because obviously it doesn't cover up all of you. And my other kids would always say, pull down, pull my crap down, so trying to show everybody my boobs. So I never wasted money. I'm not saying it's wasted money, because if I had a lot of extra money, I would buy a whole new wardrobe just to nurse in. But breastfeeding is supposed to save you money, so I didn't want to waste money. I do use the drop-in balls. Even when I was pumping, that's what I used. I like to be able to push out the air. I love those bottles. I use them with all three of my kids. When they get older, like Logan's 9 months now, and he gets any kind of bottle I have. He doesn't care. He doesn't get gas very often. But yeah, I definitely spent a lot of money on creams that I didn't really need. Like, you could get some Aquaphor or Vaseline and rub a little on your nipple and then put the pad down so that it doesn't stick to anything, like, and that helps more than anything. Obviously you have to get something that's safe for the baby to eat off if he just sucks on your boob. They have them everywhere at Babies R Us, Walmart, Target, anywhere. They have it in the baby aisle. But I would not buy a big tube like the Medela. I think that's what it is. I'll look it up and I'll tell you guys. I'm pretty sure it's the Medela. It's like blue. But it's the one little tube. I could have probably used it with all three of my kids. It's the thickest stuff ever. And that was really awesome to use. But I don't see that much difference in using anything else. So I wouldn't spend your money on the most expensive stuff. It is crazy how much money people spend on babies. I mean, I'm the same way. I'm like, they have to have this, and then I never use it. Like a swing. I had a swing with all my kids, and none of my kids really like the swing. And every single time I bought a swing, I'm like, why do I do this? Because I'm like, they have to have it. They don't have to have it. But those are some of my tips on what I thought you should buy. I bought nipple shields this time because with my first baby, it worked. And they have them at Walmart, have them at Target, they have them at Babies R Us. And with my first baby, that worked. With Logan, it didn't work. He hated that thing. So I bought like 3 nipple shields, and he hated them. And the hospital gives you them. You just have to ask. So when you're in the hospital, even if the baby's latching on really well, because sometimes they latch on and then they stop latching on, you know, they have issues when they get home. They like miraculously forgot how to breastfeed when you're home and nobody's there to help you. So I would ask for a nipple shield when I'm at the hospital so that I don't have to go buy a $10 nipple shield, because all you need is one. You can just get up and wash it off. It like takes 2 seconds to wash off. But of course, I bought 3 or 4, and then I got like 2 from the hospital. Never used it with my son, so that was a lot of money down the drain. I just put them up, so maybe with our next kid they'll like them, but don't waste your money. Ask the hospital for a nipple shield. So that helped with my first, not with my last. So obviously things are different with your babies. But those are a couple of things that helped me when I was breastfeeding. If you put the nipple shield on and then let the baby suck for a minute and then pop it off, your nipple, if you have like nipples that don't get hard really easy, then it will make it hard. And that always helped me. So even if you didn't like the nipple shield, it helped me get ready for him to eat. That's so silly. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I wrote all this down and then I don't know where I put the piece of paper. talk to people, like ask questions, watch YouTube videos about breastfeeding. It is such a wonderful thing to be able to breastfeed, and I loved it. I still love it. And with my next baby, I'm going to try to do it for longer. Like, I'm going to strive to do it for as long as the baby will, you know, breastfeed. It is really, really hard the first month, maybe the first 2 months, to get into the, you know, routine of everything. And it is time consuming. It is very time consuming, but it is so worth it. And after a while, like after 3 months, 4 months, it's so easy. They don't breastfeed every hour. It's amazing. Like, it's so much easier and it's so much better for the baby. So I encourage anybody that's debating on whether to bottle feed or breastfeed to breastfeed. I've done both with all my kids, and I tell you again, I still prefer the breast, and it's so much easier once you do it. You just have to like push through the hard part of breastfeeding, because it is hard. Oh my gosh. And I think I was like, it's so much easier just to pump and give the baby the milk, and that way I know how much it is, you know, how much he's getting, and blah, 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 blah. Like, I always make excuses to not breastfeed because I was just afraid that I was going to fail at it. And I didn't, and it's so much easier than cleaning a friggin' pump, and every time you pump, and then the baby's eating at different times than you're pumping, so you're getting up at different times. So I encourage anybody that's debating on whether just to bottle feed or breast pump and put it in a bottle, or breastfeed, to just breastfeed. It's so much easier. I cannot say that enough. And just surround yourself with people that support you. Research, read a book. I never read a book about it. I think I read one little book. But YouTube videos were so helpful. So, you know, YouTube, search, you know, breastfeeding, help with breastfeeding, anything that will help you. But I definitely encourage anybody to breastfeed. It is amazing. So that was my breastfeeding helpful video. I'm sorry if I'm all crazy right now, going everywhere. All my kids are awake. But it's definitely worth it, and I hope this video helps even just one person decide to breastfeed, because it is so great. Thanks for watching, and I'll have a new video soon.